Good morning. It's Kale. I'm going to do some coloring for a little bit. Got a bit of a sinus headache, but I'm going to, color through it. And I've got Wildflower Folk. It's a really, really pretty book. Just awesome. And I'm working on a page that's called Steampunk. And so far, what I've done is the alcohol base markers, just to kind of get the kind of main color scheme in there. So I've got the puppy sleeping. I did take some Tylenol sinus for my headache. It's just so constant. Maybe it'll be better when summer comes. And then let me go ahead and test out the chat in case anybody shows up. Don't know if they will or not. And it shows up, so then I'm going to minimize that for a second. And then let me get the Spotify going. Oh, it's too loud in here for my head. Okay, so that's down there like that. It's like, what? So today I think I'm going to use I think Prismacolors, and maybe try out some of these root funners. I don't even know like how you say it. So this is distracting where I'm testing colors. It's such a pretty book. Of course, it has portraits in it, and I'm not like a great portrait person. That's pretty close. Let's pick up some colors here from these Brutfuner. So this is more, I have a little bit more red. Crepe Myrtle. Light grayish pink. I might use a little bit of that. And then I've got grayish pink. That's a darker one. So I'm not really sure kind of where to go next with it. So maybe what I'll do is maybe do a little bit more on the hat. This is deep purple. I don't know. So I think that these are oil, maybe. I'd have to look that up. I haven't used these a lot, these pencils, so I'm not really familiar with everything that I need to do with them to make them work like smoothly, or all the blending and stuff like that. Let me do a little tweet, maybe instead of like copying it afterwards, which is what I normally do, like after I go live. But I don't know, like, how do I get the link? This is the question. So I go to content in the studio, go to live, and then I see it. Get a shareable link. Okay, where is it? It's so interesting learning something new. Okay, here we go. I guess that's it. It says feature equals share on the post in Twitter or X. So, I don't know. Let's go ahead and post it. Freak it. Okay. And then I'm going to close that. I'll go back to the live chat. Not that I should need that now that I'm done testing it. Okay. So, I'm not sure. Like, I don't even know if I should even color over this part here with any color pencil. I mean, it kind of looks kind of good the way it is. Maybe. So I had started this weeks ago. I just haven't gotten back to it. I don't like that. Let's save it for something different. And one of the reasons why I haven't gone back to it is because I don't really know what I want to do with it, you know, so I'm kind of being like indecisive. This is light purple. So when you're indecisive and you're coloring, it's kind of best just to not even do anything with it. So that's why I haven't done anything. It's just kind of been sitting there while I work on other things. Turn this book here. Oh my gosh, my phone. It's probably my spouse. No, it's my brother. He's gonna have to wait. Oh, goodness gracious. People always call me when I'm streaming. Well, we've been talking a lot with each other because I may be moving out his direction. We're actually thinking of taking a trip just to go check it out. The hubby has never seen Tennessee, so it's out in Tennessee. I mean, he's from California, so of course he's not really been out in the East Coast very much, except for when he went to boot camp. And I've lived in Tennessee before, a long time ago, with my brother. That did not end well. I guess I kind of filled it in some. I wonder what putting white on here would do. This is the thing when you don't know like what's going to happen once you start adding the color pencil over another medium like the alcohol markers. You're kind of like, I don't know what's going to happen. And do I need to put white? It's light right there. It looks three-dimensional. I might just leave it alone, and then I'll take, let's see which one. Just add a little bit in there. So I've been fairly successful, I think, coloring in this book using the alcohol markers as like the base. But this is probably the book, the coloring book, that makes me kind of like the most nervous, I guess I could say. Where I'm like, oh my God, I'm just gonna, it's not gonna come out good, and I'm gonna screw it up, and then I'm gonna ruin the page, and then I'll have to try again on another page, and so I get like nervous. What? I get nervous. It's like, seriously? But I do. I'm honest about it. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. What if I screw it up? So today, for some reason, I just decided, let's just work on it a bit and see what you can do. So before I started streaming, I did a little bit more, like I did the feather, and I did down here her clothing, and I did a little bit more on her hair, and I did her face, the skin. So I could get like the basic, the like foundation of the image ready with the alcohol markers. And of course I don't have a lot of experience with the alcohol markers, right? So in a sense, coloring in this book is always an experiment, I guess you could say, where trying to figure out how to color in it successfully. And then of course I'm using two things. These color pencils, which I haven't really used very much, and the alcohol markers, which of course I haven't also used very much. So it's an experiment. And hopefully I will be at least somewhat successful in coloring this page. There's always that question of if you, what's the word, I guess like undercolor, where you're not really putting down, I guess, enough color, and it's sort of pale and washed out. And I know I've had a tendency to do that because I've been afraid to put too much color down, because once you put it down, it's really hard to take off, right? And then I suppose there's the opposite of that, where you overcolor. I'm assuming that, where you start like laying down color and color and color, and you keep fiddling with it and fiddling with it, and wait, it's not, you know, quite perfect or whatever, and you just keep putting more and more and more and more and more on till really the paper like can't even take anymore. I suppose there's a tendency to do that. Let's put a bit of this is Sakura. looks like that. Just a reminder, I don't have the autofocus on. The auto exposure is on, which I probably should turn off, but I think I have the autofocus off because it just messes with me. I'm sure it probably messes with other people. That movement, ugh, awful. Okay, this color is not the right one. It's too... Let's brighten it up a little bit. That's fine, whatever. Just kind of mirroring a little bit. The pink in her hair. And this paper is actually very interesting to color on when you're using color pencils. The alcohol markers, they go on really easily, but it's got like a fairly good tooth to it that you can feel it when you're laying down your color with the color pencil. Lighter pink. So like when I put this color down, I can see the kind of like the grain of the paper. Out there sneezing in the living room. She's been having sinus issues, allergy issues. The poor kitty. I don't know how I got onto her lips, and really what I'm supposed to be working on is the hat. Okay. That's what happens. I was on this. Okay, I kind of think I'm done here, maybe. This is lavender. There's a lot of purples in this set. This is great. Let's see here. Darken this line without screwing up and going outside the line, which I did over there a little bit. Now I haven't stuck really any of these pencils in the pencil sharpener, which I probably should do. So they're kind of sharp and funny. Yeah, that helped a little bit. Interesting. So when you're coloring with the polychromos, I don't know if you can necessarily like feel the oil basedness. I don't know if that's a word, but of it. It just feels smooth. This you can kind of feel that in the way that it. Oh shoot! Calm down, slow down. In the way that it goes on the paper. I'm just gonna smooth it down a little bit. That's a little bit better, so the edges are a little bit more defined. This out just a bit. That doesn't even look dark right there in this freaking camera. I have to hold it up. There, you can see it there like that. Okay, so these two colors here, these kind of grayish pinks, I think I'm just going to put up. I doubt that I'll use them. And so let in here, the question is, do I want to kind of blend that in a little bit? So I've got, of course, my whites. This is the Brett Funner white. I use that one since I'm experimenting with these color pencils. So I was having this discussion with my brother about moving. And just the thought of moving all my belongings is so stressful. You know, 60 odd years accumulating things. And how did I get purple in there? I don't know. Let me just see what happens if I put a little bit of white in here. Just a little bit. Just kind of smooth the edges of where I put this purple color. I'm not pressing real hard, I'm just really lightly going over it. Okay. I guess it looks all right. So this particular page has elements on it that I don't know really like how to do, like these goggles. Now it already comes kind of like with the pre-shading, you know, like grayscale shading on it, so that helps a lot, but you still have to figure out like how to color it. So I'm gonna put the purples up. So I think I'm done with the hat for now. I don't know if I'm gonna go and like putter with it much more. Right. Oh shoot! Really? Did I just do that? Did that just really fall on there? Can you get in there? It doesn't want to go in. All right. Well, so let's bring this trusty dusty thing out here and get that off as much as I can. And then kind of like right there. And then here. I don't even know if it'll come off all the way. Seriously. Okay. Let's be professional. Let's use a brush instead of my hand. Okay. I know. Okay, so obviously goggles are normally black, silver. So it's got some shading. I put a little bit of color down there. I used what's this one? I think it was a cool gray. Tad a little bit of like brownish tint to it underneath. So should I do the goggles next or the feather? I don't know, let's do the feather. So let me move this out of the way. I think I need that. So where are the Fooners, whatever they are, Fooner. I really need to find out how to say that. Here's mint. Wow. No. I think maybe this one here. Light aqua green. That's better. And then probably just for some shadow, we've got a jade green. Oh gosh, why they don't want to go back down in here. See if I can find the aqua, light sea green. Here's aquamarine. Does that look like aqua? That looks just like green. Mineral green, dark green, metallic teal, medium sea green, kiwi green, lawn green. Where's the bottle green? Assuming, well, maybe I shouldn't assume that there would be a. Here's teal. I thought it says light aqua green. I thought there might be one that says aqua, but maybe they mean the aquamarine. But those don't look like each other at all. So what? Grass green. Forest green. Bluish green. Well, figuring that out's fun. Okay, so this is the light aqua green. Now I laid down and I covered the whole thing with color, so it shouldn't like really need much. So I'm thinking it's just a little layer. At least I don't have the planes going overhead today. That's nice. So that must mean that the wind is not in this direction or whatever. I'll go back over with this teal. Kind of down the middle here, this line. Maybe go over a little bit where that shadow, kind of gray shadow is. Snoring. She's the only one that snores. My white dog, Lily. Okay, it's a little darker. This part here is a little light. Make that a little darker. So I've been playing Dinkum, so I made some progress. Kind of laid out a plan for how I want my property to look like. Interesting process. Okay. Whew. Over it with just a little bit of light, just lightly coloring. Okay. I don't know if I need to take some of this bluish green. Go down this line again. A little darker. Kind of go over these outer lines a little bit. Now trying to make it look too messed up. really want to add like a contrasting color, like yellow or something. Just wanted to keep it in that green, tealish color. Okay, so this little part here, I want to make it a little bit on it's more the fabric. Fabric's got a little bit more green in it as opposed to the blue. So I'm going to put just a little bit of this in there to kind of reflect that. And then go back and add some teal. Sharpen that, it's getting on my nerves. Make my life a little easier there. Experimenting with the Brut Funners. I'm going to put a little bit of this on there. All the way over all of it with this color. But I need picking up that green. That easy to pick the correct color, you know. goes in there. Okay, let's see. It's not too bad. All things, all things considered, considering the fact that I am experimenting. My brother. I sent a message that says, "Can you call back later?" Right. So thinking about moving is stressful because we have so much stuff. I mean, we've got like a pond full of fish. Well, I mean, it's got like 7 fish in it. Um, 4 dogs, the cat, all of our belongings. I'll come back to these. I'll come back to these kind of colors when I come down and do here. Her blouse. Well, you can fit in here because I pulled you out of here. There you go. Okay, so next I think, and I haven't even decided the colors here for that. This I'll probably make like a little more on the brown black side maybe, and darken up, you know, the brown of her hat. I'm not really sure. Okay, well, let's see what I got. So trying to figure out. Okay, here's the Funner dark colors. I've got a dark gray, lead gray. Trying to think of the ones that would look good. Regular gray. Here's a light gray. This is a silver gray. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what the silver gray. What's the difference between silver gray and gray? This has more black, this is more purple. Okay. Let's wing it. So I'm gonna do, let's just kind of wing it. I don't know. Oh yeah, puppies woke up. They decided to get off of their bed and walk on my bed. Okay. Little babies, go back on your bed. I don't know, I guess I should make these fairly dark. Kind of started not pressing too hard. That makes sense. So that I could kind of see the color. And then I can go back a little darker. And then sharpen this. I mean, it was sharpened, but in like a weird shape. Going right over that kind of that silver gray. With this lead gray. Over that with some black. I want it to be really dark. I wonder if I ignore the dogs, if they'll go back to sleep. Okay, so now, I can find the Brett Funner black. I tried to put all the blacks together from the different color pencil sets, so I know like where they are. Oh, here we go. Like I put the blacks and the whites in this container so that they're all like together. So I don't have to go like digging for it. No barking. I wonder if they would learn like the no barking command, and if I say I'm streaming, it's like, don't do it, Mom. Streaming. I need to make this like super black. How dark this is compared to say like the Prismacolor black, right? Like I don't know. What's this going on down there with those dogs? He's making a funny noise. The question is, are these going to look like goggles when I'm done? Right? Just some weird mishmash. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh my gosh, my phone. Why? As you can tell, I'm not much of a phone person. So long ago, back in the day, I was a receptionist at one point, which meant answering the company phones. And I also was a switchboard operator, which meant answering a big ass switchboard. And after doing all that, it's just like, I don't really want to be on the phone. I was on the phone so much. Wearing a headset. Thank you for calling so-and-so. How may I direct your call? How may I help you? Just a moment. He's in the blah 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 department. I'll go ahead and transfer you. Have a good day. Oh gosh. It was too much. I worked at Microsoft, a call center, so it's sort of office, but it had like a little call center, support call center in there. And I was answering the phones, and we were really busy. It was back when Windows 98, I think, was around, and I think it was maybe Internet Explorer 4, like long ago. And the lines were busy, and you could just see. So I think you could see on the phone itself, the buttons, you could see like how many calls you had holding. I mean, this was back before like high tech, right? And so I could see I had like 4 calls, and this guy, where's the white? This guy called up, and I could see that this person, they were waiting in the queue. And I'm frantically trying to get through all the calls. I didn't like to keep people waiting. I mean, you know, nobody likes to be kept waiting when you're calling a excuse me, a corporation, right? So I was trying to be understanding. And finally that fourth call or whatever it was came through, and all the person said was F you. I was like, are you serious? You really literally waited 20 minutes. It was like a 20-minute hold time. You waited that amount of time just to say that to me? And I'm not even like I think I was a contractor. I don't think I was a actual like Microsoft employee. And he waited all that time just to say that to me. Stayed on hold. I was like, uh-oh, trash guy. Dog might bark. And it was just so ridiculous. I was like, dude, seriously? You just wasted all that time just to say that to me. He was pissed. Like, sorry, man. I was like, sorry, man, I can't help you. All I do is direct calls, so you're yelling at the wrong person and cursing at the wrong person. That was white. This was that kind of silver gray. A little bit more of that on here. No crying. Little baby cries. She goes, sad. No crying. Let mommy do her stream. You're fine. Just went out the line. Okay. I think that kind of looks like goggles. I guess it doesn't look too shabby. So this brown here, I'm kind of doing like that's the underside of her hat, so that's why I'm not making it purple. I added like maybe like here, like this edge is going to be purple. I'll probably do it like pretty dark, this dark purple edge. And then there's some stitching. I don't think you can see it. Well, maybe you can. Yeah, there's some stitching here, right along this edge, that I darkened up a little bit with the brown. But what I'm thinking of doing is maybe just put a little bit of purple, like right along this edge, so it's kind of like a shadow, like reflecting some of the purple that's going to be up here. But then this is going to be brown. So I want it to kind of be like a velvet brown. Not that I can draw velvet, but you know what I mean. It's just going to be kind of like a soft brown. I think. Went out the line. There's like stuff. Still can't get that off of there where I touched it with the pencil. And here. Can you come out of there? So apparently the oil-based pencils don't really like erase particularly well. So you have to be careful. Well, and it's the same with the alcohol-based markers. You can't, once it's on the paper, like you can't erase it. All you can do is go over it. So, okay, so I think I'm done. This is the black. Black over there, and then I'll take all these grays that I pulled out that I didn't use and put them back there. Okay. That's how that looks. go to the, before I go over to the camera, and let me see if I can, like, unzoom it. Let's see. There we go. So you can kind of see, like, the whole thing. Oh my gosh. My brother obviously doesn't understand. He obviously doesn't understand, like, that I'm busy because I haven't answered the phone. Because normally when he calls, I answer the phone. So he should know, like, I'm streaming. So in here, I love this book, by the way. I think it's my favorite coloring book. So I did this one. And I did the little blue lady, little blue fairy with the orange dragon. I did this one here. I like the way her hair came out for some reason. It looks nice. And then I did, I think the other one was the Perla. I don't think I started, oh yeah, I did this one. This is the Forest Sprite. Glitter marker in there on her eyelashes and on that little decorative thing here. I like the way that one came out. It's pretty. I think that's all I've done. I don't think I started another one, and I haven't even decided which one, like, to do after I'm done with the steampunk picture. So you can see how it bleeds through the backside, right? But I normally have this, it's a pretty heavy cardstock piece of paper here. Make sure it doesn't go. And it's single-sided, so there's nothing here on the backside, right? There's no design there for you to color, so you don't feel bad having anything bleed through to the other side. So I wish I wish all coloring books did that, because it allows you to use things like the, you know, alcohol base markers, watercolor pencils, you know, regular just markers, gel markers, regular gel markers. You know, it just gives you more options for your colors. So this is how she's looking so far. Probably next I'll finish her hat. I'll just kind of work my way down, and then I'll go and I'll do the butterflies last. I'm not really sure the colors for this. They've got like, little gears here and here, you know, the steampunk here, there. So it's got like the steampunk theme in the butterflies. So I'll need to figure out, do I want to continue maybe with purple? Or is that too much purple? Or maybe pink, to pick up on this pink that I have in her hair. I don't think not the teal, because there's like plenty of teal, and the feathers, like a real eye popper there. That's kind of how that's looking. They kind of have a shine to them, these color pencils. I guess that's the oil. Because you don't really see it here in her hair or on her face, which is where I use alcohol marker. Like, I haven't gone down through her hair with any color pencil yet. So it's just kind of interesting to see that that happens where I put the color pencil. I didn't know that was going to happen, but that's really actually pretty cool. Oop. So I've been going over an hour, so let me go ahead and end this one here, and I will come back another time and I'll finish this one on stream so that you can see the process. And I really love this book. If you're into coloring, you know, and you really want a beautiful, beautiful book, pick up this Wildflower Folk. And it is by Christine Karen. It's just a stunning coloring book. And it's just, you can be really fanciful. I haven't really messed with the backgrounds too much. I did some here with the gel pen things with water. And this actually has like a little bit of glitter in it. That actually, I don't know if I can show it. Let's see it. But this actually has like a little glittery to it. And I didn't come up on the whole page. I just came like around here, this area. I may go back and do some of these other pages, add a background, but I mean, this is so pretty. Maybe adding a background would just detract from how that looks, you know. And I've got the stickles on there, on all those round little bubbles. Like she just came out of the water. I mean, if I was an awesome artist, right, I would make it look like, you know, the background look like falling water. Like she just was rising up out of the water. But I don't have the skill to do that, but it would look cool, you know. In here, I hadn't decided yet. I mean, she looks so pretty. I mean, that's the thing, is that they look so pretty, you don't actually even kind of feel like you need to do a background. I mean, yeah, I could put maybe like a dark green background, but then, you know, this would kind of fade out. These greens might like be lost in that dark green background. You know, what's it going to be? Yellow, orange, you know, figuring out a color for this background. Red, like what would be the colors? And she just looks pretty the way she is. So that's, you know, I guess everybody's different whether you want to put a background or not. So anyhow, I'm going to take a small little break and let the dogs go out and do their business, and then I'm going to come back and play some dinkum. So one of my friends on chat was like, I didn't understand what you were doing when you were playing dinkum. So I promised him I would explain more as I'm playing, like what I'm doing and what the reason is why I'm doing it. So let me go ahead and get set up for that. Take care of the DOGS's, call my brother. I don't like to say it. They probably know I'm talking about them. I think he's leaving me messages probably on Skype or whatever. Oh gosh. Give him a call, see what's going on with that, and then I'll come back and you can join me over at Gaming with Kale, and I will probably live stream that just on YouTube today. I'm really, because figuring out how to do the multi-stream in Streamlabs with my Gaming with Kale account and my Twitch account means that I would have to pay, I think, another monthly fee for that account, and I'm just not going to do it. Not until my channels are monetized, if they ever get monetized. So, you know, But I think I'll just go ahead and just stream on Gaming with Kale on YouTube. So you can join me over there, and I will remember to do a Twitter X post, whatever, tweet. I wish he hadn't changed the name. I think he made a big mistake when he did that. So I've got dogs staring at me. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching, and happy coloring.